Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's been a disastrous week. I mean, just related to the week before the international break and the week now. I mean, we all thought Newcastle United, Bayer Leverkusen, and this will be the week, and Arsenal having Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea. This will be the week when we could really dent Arsenal, but now we're in a position where I'll be very fair enough and say I'm someone who never believe anything is impossible. I still believe it's not impossible to catch Arsenal, a friend. I was speaking to is a City fan as well, and he was telling that it's City. He was even more optimistic. He's one of the more optimistic City fans I know, and he was firmly believing that City will chase Arsenal down. Listening to him when I've got a bit more of my optimism back. I think we can still do it. I know the Newcastle result was not that good, but I mean, not the Leverkusen result, but especially the Newcastle result is what will actually dent us more because that was the match. It was not a poor day. The officiating was bad, but we could have won it with ourselves. There were 100 ways with which we could win the match, and there was only one way how we could lose it, and we found the one way how we could lose it. That was, if I had to sum that match up, that was how disastrous that Newcastle match was, to be honest. Uh, but it's interesting. I mean, it just I know we haven't had a watch along for the Leverkusen game because it was 1:30. It is too much in the night, but I'll see. I think if I'm not able to do the night matches, I'll do is I'll maybe do a review of it the next morning. We'll see how it works. But definitely the knockout Champions League matches will somehow do the live ones, the live watch along. But we'll see how it goes. But he's starting Reinders. I mean, this is the same team that started against Newcastle. He's starting is starting Reinders here. Instead of Ryan Sherky. That can only mean one thing. You either have Bernardo on the right or you have Foden on the right. I think I'll put maybe Bernardo on the center and I'll put Phil Foden on the right because if you had to play Bernardo on the right, I just think Pep feels I don't know. I still think Pep feels Foden's maybe not that physical centrally. He's not able to control the tempo of the game centrally. I don't know what Pep feels with having Phil Foden there. But as you guys join in, we'll actually discuss about as you guys join in, we'll actually discuss about Elliot Anderson. There's quite a bit of news to actually discuss about Elliot Anderson. So let's see how that goes. Just a second, I'll just check something if everything's actually going. Yes, I'm just checking if everything's going well on YouTube and stuff. Yes, everything's going well. Pep just seems to have settled down on the back foot, and of course the goalkeeper. I think it's. I actually think once Rodri comes back, which I think is not far from coming back, I actually think that I think in the big games, I think Pep will play midfield three of Rodri, Nico Gonzalez, and Bernardo Silva, which means you just shut that entire midfield down. I think that is what Pep is looking at once Rodri comes back because Rodri is capable of playing the box to box role, and of course, Bernardo can play any role that is available. So, I'd be surprised if Bernardo plays on the right because if you want to play, I know Noto for Leeds is playing there. Nice to see Daniel Farke after a long, long time. I remember when he was with Norwich City, I think it was 3, 4 years ago. Daniel Farga's Norwich City, I think maybe longer than that, when they beat Manchester City and They didn't win a game after that. They beat us in early November and they didn't win a bloody game after that and they went down. But I think maybe Bernardo Silva against to offer a little bit more defensive cover probably for against Wilfried Noto. Maybe, but I think if you have to play Bernardo Silva on the right wing, you might very well have played uh, an Oscar Bob out there because an Oscar Bob or even a Savinho out there, and a lot of you people will not like me telling Savinho he was horrific in that game against Leverkusen. Gautam is here. Hey Gautam, how you doing? And by the way, Gautam, have you heard about Elliot Anderson? A lot of outlets, a lot of reliable outlets. Yesterday it was all over the news about Elliot Anderson. City going in for Elliot Anderson. They expect him to be available for 75, 80 million pounds. The City are even willing to pay around 100 million pounds for Elliot Anderson. I personally feel Elliot Anderson would be the perfect replacement for Bernardo Silva. He can play anywhere in the midfield three, he can play false nine, he can play on the right wing. He can play everywhere. Gautam says January coming in. Transfer news uprise. Semenyo, Gautam. Semenyo is all over the news. I know Elliot Anderson and they're saying Elliot Anderson in the summer because Forest will not sell him. But you know the Greek owner, anything can happen there. But Semenyo, it seems that Semenyo is coming to address our right wing issues. I think Semenyo is coming. There's a little bit talk about, there's a little bit talk about Vinicius Junior being available, but I do not want that idiot and scumbag Vinicius Junior to be anywhere near our club. I just don't want him. Bayaji says, hey Bayaji, how you doing? Bayaji says, Bernardo not even needed against a relegation zone team. He should be preserved for away games. It is stunning, Bayaji, that he didn't start Bernardo Silva against Bayer Leverkusen. And he made all those changes against Bayer Leverkusen and now he's starting Bernardo Silva here. But that's a great switch. Matthews Nunes, great control from Matthews Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Matthews Nunes and City already scored. Nunes assistant Phil Foden score. It's 1-0 City. Already City on the mark. Phil Foden. Where was this Phil Foden against Newcastle? Wow. Wow. City scored 1-0. Foden scored. Fantastic. Fantastic. Phil Foden. This finish was tougher than both the chances he had against Newcastle. I still can't come out of that shock, guys, that he didn't score those chances against Newcastle. This is what a ball this is. Josko Guardiola, wow, this is Aymeric Laporte second coming. The control from Matthews Nunes is elite. Bernardo Silva, give and go. Half spaces. Matthews Nunes. What a goal that is from Phil Foden. Wow. If not Foden, it was Erling Haaland there again. Look at it on the bar. His Newcastle could have gone out. Here it went in. Gautam says, yes, Elliot is elite. I just want him, Gautam. I just want him here. Imagine a midfield of Elliot Anderson, Rodri, Nico Gonzalez. That is impossible. That is borderline unfair. Gautam says, people online are having PTSD from Calvin's presence. But trust me on this, when a backup player, he has to be lit. I don't prefer mediocrity. I mean, I think with Calvin Phillips again, I think it was scouting mistake. We have not made any scouting mistakes since Pep has come in. Probably Calvin Phillips is the only one. Before Pep, I think Wilfred Bony, Fernando, that guy. There was Fernando, the guy from Brazil. Eliquim Mangala. There were a lot. Yes, Mangala was not a tactical fit for Pep, but generally there have been mistakes. But I think under Pep, except Calvin Phillips, I don't think there was any scouting mistake. I think it was. But again, Calvin Phillips was the best England midfielder. He went to Euros final with England. Marcelo Bielsa's team. He used to play in that team. Don't know what went wrong again. Calvin Phillips. We know what went wrong. But there is one role I still want to see Calvin Phillips in. I think in 3 years back, 2 years back in a preseason, Calvin Phillips played centre back and his passing was elite. I mean, I do not see any reason why Calvin Phillips cannot be turned into what Matthews Nunes is. I mean, that is if he actually stays with us. I still think there is something with Calvin Phillips in terms of his passing. Jeremy Doku has to play this pass. He's played this pass. Tejani Reinders. Tejani Reinders. That touch was criminal from Reinders. He should have taken a better touch there. Nico Gonzalez. Back to Nico Riley. Jeremy Doku. Nico Gonzalez again, that counter-attacking move is just absolutely fluid. Again, look at this. Both our wingers are playing on the inside and its fullbacks offering the width. I don't know why we didn't play like this against Leverkusen. Absolutely have no idea. Jeremy Doku on the ball and we lose it. So with Calvin Phillips, I still think his passing is so good that you have to, I don't know, probably a right back could utilize it if he's fit. I don't know, but the passing is there. His long range passes are elite. That's the only thing with Calvin Phillips. Baji says, yes, where was this Foden against Newcastle? He was in exact same positions twice here. And Bayaji, these were the easier chances. These were the much easier chances when compared to the chances he had against. Sorry, this was a difficult chance than the chances he had against Newcastle. Literally, when he goes through against Newcastle, Bayaji, if you go and rewind the clip, you can you can literally see that Nick Pope had given up on both the chances he had. Nick Pope had absolutely given up. He was just waiting for the net to ripple. And I just don't understand. Newcastle defeated us and they went 1-0 up against Marseille and they lost to Marseille 2-1. That Marseille team. And Aubameyang, who was washed, scored 2 against them. How the hell did we not put 5 or 6 past that Newcastle team? I just don't understand. That Newcastle team is shit. I still can't get over it, guys. I want to get over it and I still can't get over what happened against Newcastle. Because we win against Newcastle, we win here. Arsenal drop points against Chelsea, at least a drop. Bang on, the title race is on. Definitely on, and Arsenal are feeling the pressure. Such a good chance going into this week, and we got Newcastle in such a bad moment as well. Gautam says, coming back to the transfer topic, I don't really think we should go nuts on Semenyo. He's good on offense, but I can't see better options in the summer. And we should, but I can see, I'm sorry, but I can see better options in the summer, and we should only send elite wingers. Now my pick is, what is your pick, Gautam? What is your pick? What is this Phil Ford? And there was a chance to take a Dutch play in Haaland. I don't know what he's doing. What is your pick, Gautam? Who's your winger pick? Honestly, my winger pick is. I mean, I do not want Semenyo on the right, honestly, because he's better on the left, and Semenyo again is a player for me more like Jack Grealish. If the entire team is based on him, he plays well. You look at what's happened to him at Bournemouth. Uh, the moment Clivert comes in, he's really stopped performing because once Clivert comes in, Clivert becomes the main focal point. If you have to buy Semenyo, just recall Grealish from loan and ship Doku to the right wing. It's as good as that. I don't want Semenyo as well. That was a great pullback from the Leeds United player there. That's a free kick for Leeds United. Bailey says Tijani has same routine every game, gets bullied in ground duels, gets in good positions to shoot, but always at the goalie. Repeat, guys, this is a question I wanted to ask you, but I just keep forgetting every stream. Last season, all we did not talk about Tejani Reinders for that role. Last season, all of the rumors going around. Last season, all of the rumors going around was of Morgan Gibbs White. City going in for Morgan Gibbs White. Now, what do you think? Would Morgan Gibbs White have been a better pick? Would Morgan Gibbs White have been a better pick for that box to box role which Tijani Reinders is playing? Because you're seeing what Gibbs White is doing at Forest. I think Gibbs White is a better player physically. I don't say Reinders will not get there, but Reinders might get there. But Gibbs White was Premier League proven. What do you think? What do you guys have? What's the opinion of you guys on this topic? Was Morgan Gibbs White a better pick to play the Tijani Reinders goal? Because we were having two people to play that role. It was obviously Gibbs White and Reinders. So my opinion is, I mean, Reinders came here. I absolutely love him. We got him. It's 70 million, but his potential is insane. But I still think Gibbs White would have been an instant fit in this team again. So, what's the opinion of you guys? Gadam says Olise or Yildiz. Yildiz will be interesting. Yildiz will actually be very, very interesting. This will be interesting. And the fascinating thing, Gautam, about this is I don't think there are any good right wingers available right now. Of course, Olise and Yildiz are there, but apart from that, I don't think there are any good right sided players available here because all are taken. So your Sakas, your everyone's taken, everyone's taken. Kudus would have been interesting. I don't know why we didn't go for him. They say he's having some attitude problems, but I don't know. Gautam says we might sign a right back in winter and no other player. I mean, I mean, there are two names, Gautam, which I've heard. It's Guevara of, I think he plays for fine. It's a final right back. I think he plays in the Dutch league. I think it's Guevara something is his name. He's a final right back. I think he's someone we have been linked to. It seems City have sent scouts for monitoring him. They say that his positional play is passing, his pace is elite. But all of the reports are City are going to go in for Livramento once more because they say Pep is convinced Livramento is the successor of Kyle Walker. City want Livramento, but they want to pay 80 million pounds and not 100 million pounds. And honestly, I think Livramento is not a 100 million pound player. YG says, once I saw the lineup for Bayer against game against fucking Flacken, I knew there was no point staying up till 3:30 a.m. and thank God better sense prevailed. That was just a farce, Bayaji. That was just a farce. And don't tell me Pep just picked it. I think after what happened against Newcastle, see, I have not seen Pep so much disappoint. Yes, Pep loses, Pep wins. But when last season, I have not seen Pep so much disappointed like he was after that game against Newcastle. Pep really thought, all of us thought Newcastle were there for the taking. Excellent from Dejani Reinders. Wonderful from Dejani Reinders. He's almost played in Haaland there. So I think it was meant to prove a point. It was meant to prove a point to all of his stars. It was meant to prove a point to all of them at the cost of a game, which Pep does not do. There was something drastic that happened in Pep's this thing. I don't know what Pep was thinking, but he did it to prove a point. It's not for nothing that you even change your goalkeeper from a Champions League for a Champions League game against a team in Germany who are like fourth, fifth, who are playing well. Ellie is here. Hey, Ali. Hey, Ellie. How are you doing? He says, just joined the match. House Ford and 1-0. Nunes cross, mate. Nunes cross. Foden scored. And I just wish Foden found this finish against Newcastle and not here because here I think we could anyway score. Gadam says Elliot, Nico, and maybe Wharton in the midfield, and maybe Wharton in the new midfield trio for City. I still think Gotham it's Rodri is just 29, will be 30. I think what Dino played for us till 33, something like that. So Rodri, I know knee injury and stuff, ACL, but I think Rodri still has 2 3 years to actually give us. So I definitely think it might be Elliot Anderson, Nico Gonzalez, Elliot Anderson, and Reinders. Elliot Anderson slash Tijani Reinders and Foden. That could be, or a Foden slash Cherky. That would be a new midfield. I think we are getting only one of Adam Wharton or. See, there are three big DM targets available in the summer: Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, and Adam Wharton. And Liverpool are searching for a DM. United are searching for a DM. City are searching for a DM. I think United get Baleba, City get Elliot Anderson, and Liverpool end up with Adam Watt. And I think that's how it seems. Another three will be happy. I think for whatever they are getting. Bernardo Silva, Nico Riley. Look at fullbacks maintaining with. I don't know why he didn't do this against Bayer Leverkusen. I absolutely have no idea why he didn't do that against Bayer Leverkusen. Nico Riley, Reinders. Why Jesus, we were laughing at Morgan Gibbs White price, but you got. I think 80 million pounds would have done the deal maybe. I think because some of the positions and because some of the positions and shots Reinders is getting, even against Leverkusen, if you've seen the highlights, you would have seen that Reinders went through and shot the ball straight at Flecken. Some of the positions that Reinders is getting in, Morgan Gibbs White would have finished them chances. I just think Morgan Gibbs White would have finished them. Ellie says, guys, how did Foden? Gotham says, maybe yes, Morgan gives what currently. Reinders maybe next season can change. The only thing with Reinders, Gautam, is the physicality because Morgan Gibbs White and the pressability. I think Morgan Gibbs White is unpressable, and I think Morgan Gibbs White has a little bit more physicality than Phil Foden and sorry, Reinders, and obviously the free kicks. Morgan Gibbs White is a monster free kick taker, so it will be interesting. His longer range passes, I don't know, like Phil Foden with the crap free kick, like always. It's Tejani Reinders for a change. Ellie says, guys, how did Foden score in the first minute? Gautam says a volley. Bayo says Josko to Nunez to Bernardo to through ball. Nunez to Foden. Excellent piece of play. I don't know why we don't do that often. We followed that pattern at Liverpool against Liverpool as well. Clearly, for the first goal by Aldi, the first goal. I don't know if the players involved were the same one, but I think the idea was the same. Where you rotated the ball once or twice in the midfield, gave it to Nunez across and Haaland scores. Kazam says same Bayaji. I didn't watch the entire game, only watch first half anyways. I knew the result when that shitty roadside Brazilian Pablo Escobar. It was bound to happen. Sevinho. I don't know. My thoughts until the end of the season, Gautam. I know you did against Sevinho, but I just think at the end of the season I'll review my thoughts on Savinho again because I feel probably a young winger he might actually deserve one at least the end of the season because you look at the ages of Cristiano Ronaldo of I mean I'm not comparing him but Jeremy Doku 23 he's just coming into the fore. Ronaldo came into the fore at 24 roughly. Yes, Estevao is here but I would want to see Estevao at the even next season when teams have found out a bit on him. So a little bit patience with when was Vinicius Junior at 21? He was shit. I think at 21, Vinicius Junior was an absolute shit house. So I think just give Savinho the end of the season. I think that's the only thing. At the end of the season, I think I'll have my thoughts and see how he has progressed. Because I think at 21 and also I think I don't know why Pep always plays Savinho wide, Oscar Bob wide allow Nunez to maintain width on the right wing, and even Bob is better in the central areas. I mean, allow them to play like Doku. I don't know why he does this to the wingers on the right. Nico Gonzalez. Gautam says Rodriguez's career is in jeopardy. Jeremy Doku receiving the ball on the right. Kenny Cross. He's trying to dribble. That's a corner for City. I just give them a goal kick. Bayaji says that slip and then holds stay. Exactly, I mean Bayaji that. That Savinho slip was just, I mean, I just can't describe it. I mean, there were some really good chances, and even I'm finding it hard to defend him. But then I take a call at the end of the season. But yeah, I was frustrated. I mean, looking at the highlights itself, I was frustrated on what Savinho was doing. Absolute shit. He had the entire time and nothing he was doing. Reinders finishing was shit. Savinho's balls were shit. Savinho's finishing as usual is shit. I mean, and for some odd reason, they were not playing the balls to Marmoush. I don't know why. Marmoush was making excellent runs, and they were not playing the balls as well. Josko Guardiol, Nico Gonzalez, Ruben Diaz, back to Gonzalez, Foden, Doku. Ah! Foden should have buried that. Guys, Foden should have buried that. Guys, Foden should have buried that. Again, what is this? Foden should have buried that. Phil Foden should have buried that, guys. Phil Foden should have buried that. Again, I don't know what he's doing. Foden should have buried that. Gadam says slip of the century was for Gerrard, but this one was not far behind. True, true. Baiju says yes, Slippy G Slip was legendary. Won the title for City as both player and as manager of Aston Villa. Legend. At Aston Villa match, Baiju it almost seemed that it was written in the stars. Cardinia scored. Liverpool the title, Gerrard the manager, and then Gundogan says, I am here. Kevin De Bruyne says, he's tying the boots and says, wow. Raheem Sterling, epic, Zinchenko. There were warriors in that team, clearly. And Laporte playing that season with an injury when we had no centre backs at all. Nunez, Josko Guardiol, Erling Haaland. Good hold up play from Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku. But that slip from Savio was wow. He had so many chances against Leverkusen, at least chances to put the ball into the box. Haaland not getting even one opportunity there. I have Haaland in my fantasy team, desperately need him to get some chances. Matthews Nunez, there was a pass to Bernardo Silva. I think he should give it to Foden. Bernardo Silva there. Jeremy Doku. Good cross. Weak shot from Nico Gonzalez. Why just as City fans don't want to call him Savinho anymore. Only Savio. There was this Reddit City thread by Aji where people are telling the EO should be removed from the name of this fraud. That's what they're telling. Why just as there are lots of Savios in Goa too. That is true. That is true. But there are no Savinos. Savios might be there. There are no Savinos. Gautam says the problem here is City and not Dortmund. Brighton, Leverkusen, that we have to build players and then sell them. We don't buy project players. That is true. That is true. We don't buy project players, but but also Gautam, we also don't buy ready-made stars. Good pass, Nico Riley. Ah, we need a second one here. But we also don't buy superstars, Gagan. That is the thing. Yes, we do buy one or two, but in general, if you look at how we have recruited, right from, for example, I come to Rodri, and Rodri was not an absolute superstar. I mean, Rodri was not the Ballon d'Or winning midfielder. He was an average player at Atletico Madrid. Nothing too much. There were at least tens of Rodris at that time at Atletico Madrid, and look what we have made him. Raheem Sterling had that one season against for Liverpool, but then Raheem Sterling was someone who was also a project player, had issues with his finishing and all. I'm just going over the kind of players We signed Gabriel Jesus was that kind of a player. Jesus was not a superstar. If you look at it, if I have to give you examples, Jeremy Doku was not a superstar. We have made him. I mean, Ruben Diaz was not an exact. He was an average defender, maybe a little bit above average. I'll give it to you. Guardiol was, yes, I'll put my hands up and say Guardiol was a star, especially after what he did at that World Cup. Guardiol was a star, which we have bought. I mean, his Foden and all our academy players will not talk about them. Nico Gonzalez is not a superstar. He was a project player as well, and we have made him. Marmoush, what a header that is, and good shot there. Good shot there. That is Marmoush again. Yes, he had that season in Bundesliga, but Timo Werner had it. Havertz had it. So again, above average player. So Jack Grealish was probably the superstar at Aston Villa that we bought. Apart from Donnarumma is an exception, of course, but Ederson not a superstar at all when we bought him. So what I say here is you look at the profiles of players, majorly Tijani Reinders, you're seeing again kind of a project player. If City score again. And who scores? Yasko Guardiol scores. City score again and Yasko Guardiol scores. I don't know who the assist is for. Is there a foul on the keeper there? I just don't know. But finally a goal from a set piece. Finally a goal from a set piece. Baiji, power header. Power header. I don't. This is not a power header, but some kind of header. This is. I don't know who gets the assist here. I don't know who gets the assist here. Johnny Reinders. Nico Riley gets the assist here. Nico Riley gets the assist here. And a goal for Josko Guardiola. Haaland hasn't scored and it's 2-0. Haaland hasn't scored and it's 2-0. Superb. So, Gautam, coming back to that point, I think the profile of the players, if you actually see, I think apart from two or three, I don't think we've ever bought extreme superstars. Kevin De Bruyne as well, if you see, he's a player offside, but he's not obstructing the vision over there. So I don't know. Bernardo Silva was there, but was he obstructing the vision? I just don't know. But yeah, Gautam, one thing I'll tell is we do not exactly buy extreme project players, but we also don't buy superstars. They're the players that are average and they're just ready to step on, but haven't yet reaching that next stage. I think we are brilliant at picking up the potential, which is at an average level, but it has the potential to reach elite or world class. Doku, Rodri, Raheem Sterling, all of these are fantastic examples of that. And with Savio, the problem here is I think Savio is not at that average level. He's maybe at a bit below average level. That is the problem. I think if we had a Savio who had a right winger who's at an average level, probably I think it would have been much better. So I don't know. That's the problem with Savio. I think he has the he. I think this is not the header, but he has the goal by Aji. Yeah, Baji says Yasko scored from corner. Breaking news. And exactly, Bayaji, please put your stats. By not a header, yes. Bayaji against Newcastle as well. You should have actually showed. I told that Phil Foden has had a 90 rated shot. Phil Foden has had a 90 rated shot. That's a goal, 2-0. You should have told that probably Phil Foden would have scored. Josko Guardiola scoring. Phil Foden scoring. Where were all of these against Newcastle? Forget about Leverkusen, but where were all of these against Newcastle? No. Now we have to hope that, I know the match's not over, but we have to hope that Arsenal lose against. Once Arsenal lose against Chelsea, it's just going to be There are at least three or four teams in the title race. But again, I think we have had a Newcastle moment. I think even Arsenal will have their Newcastle moment. I think it's just that we have to wait. Gautam says, and now Baiji have a new jinx. You know what to do when things ain't working exactly, Baiji. Now, I don't know why you didn't tell us your jinx power against Newcastle. Why you didn't tell us about our jinx power against Newcastle? Foden से हैट्रिक क्या 5 गोल डलवा देते भैया जी. We are told about your jinx power against Newcastle. We would have made Foden hit a fifer. Wow, भैया जी, new power. Gautam has the bliss power and you have the FIFA rating power. Wow. We have two people with extraordinary powers here. Wow, Gautam and Bayaji. Wow. This is interesting. Interesting. Bayaji says just when Erling needs a goal to reach a milestone, everybody's chipping in. I just want Haaland to score that 100th goal, Bayaji. Please chip in, Bayaji. Please chip. I mean, things are working, so we just don't want to use your Jinx power now. Not now with the Jinx power. इतने सस्ते में थोड़ी यूज करेंगे जिंक्स पावर. नो नो नो. JSK here. Hey JSK, how you doing? JSK says, how the fuck we fucked up 2 games in a row. Foden fucked the first one up, and Pep thought, fuck it, if they don't care, even I don't care. And 2 goals. I'm sorry, 2 games fucked up, and Savinho fucked up the most against Leverkusen. I defend Savinho, but in the Leverkusen game, I just cannot defend him. That was atrocious. If someone watches highlights and they realize that Savinho was the worst player by a long mile, telling when the entire team was worse, it just tells you a lot about it. Gautam says we are assembling an Avengers team now, each with his own set of superpowers. Gautam the Bliss superpower, Payaji the FIFA rating, Jinx superpower. Now we just have to discover what kind of superpower JSK has. Maybe that will also be revealed. And the thing is, just like in Avengers, each one of us do not know what kind of superpower we have. It's just revealed in that moment. But the Kiosko thing was so that is just too funny and superb, Bayaji. You told Kiosko never scores, and yes, such a thing in his FIFA rating card, and immediately he scores. And also, City have not scored a set piece goal. 13th Premier League game, I think couple of 2 3 Carabao Cup games, Champions League games, like about 20 games City haven't scored a set piece goal, and suddenly Bayaji says this and we score. Wow. Bayaji says we lost both the games. Pet treated City like he's in chemistry lab. Gambhir ka bada bhai. Bayaji, you never know. Gambhir and Pep Guardiola might be running a chemistry lab together. Breaking Bad season 2. Breaking Bad, I don't know. I won't watch Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad new season. Football style. Pep Guardiola sports style. Pep Guardiola and Gautam Gambhir running it together. Sports bad. Whatever you might want to name it. That's how it seems. Maybe Pep Guardiola is a secret admirer of Gautam Gambhir and he's like, he did this, why can't I do this? JSK says, I'm not over the moon after the 2 fuck up. The Champions League fuck up is still fine, JSK. I'm not too much with that. If that Champions League fuck up can reset the squad, I'm okay. But the Newcastle fuck up is what JSK. I'm still annoyed. Excellent from Tejani Reinders. I don't know, Tejani Reinders does everything and he plays a shit pass. I just don't know what the fuck is that. But if The Newcastle one still hurts me, and if we can maintain the streak, still I think we are in with a chance. A friend of mine who's a City fan as well. In the afternoon, I was speaking to him. He was optimistic. He told, yes, Newcastle one hurt him, but he was like, Arsenal's Newcastle moment will come. Just be optimistic, moment. Just be optimistic. Arsenal's Newcastle moment will come. And he told that since Arsenal are legendary bottlers, they will have two, three Newcastle moments in the space of a week, in which he was confident they'll have two, three Newcastle moments in the space of a week, where he was telling they'll be eliminated from both the Champions League and the Premier League in the space of 1 week. I mean, title race in the space of 1 week. That was interesting. So I think Arsenal will have the Newcastle moment. Why just says I won't board the hype train until City win three consecutive away games. There's no space for a loss, Bayaji. There's no space for a loss. Home, away. It should not matter. Matter नहीं करना चाहिए. It should not absolutely matter. It's a game of football. We just need to win. That's it. Phil Foden with a shitty corner, a corner of the century. I don't know how Foden manages to take such shitty corners. Phil just put a cross. Tejani Reinders can't seem to keep his shot down. Just imagine Morgan Gibbs were getting those chances from that range. I don't know, guys. Again with Tijani Reinders, it's a different feeling, because in the past this has happened. We wanted Jorginho, didn't get him. We wanted Fred, we didn't get him. We ended up with Rodri, elite star. We we wanted Harry Kane, didn't get him. We have Erling Haaland, and see what happened. If we had got Harry Kane, we surely would not have got Erling Haaland. So I think we also what we wanted Harry Maguire, didn't get him. Ruben Diaz was absolutely excellent. So I think and the same thing with Ryan does. It's interesting because in that position we wanted Lucas Paqueta. The deal almost happened, collapsed at the last moment. Then we wanted Morgan Gibbs White. Didn't get him. Forest didn't want to sell. That's why Gibbs White played shit in the first 10 games and got a manager sacked. And now we have Tijani Reinders. Could it be the same repeat? Could he turn into a world class star? Hopefully. Because always with City, when this happens, and try hard, don't get two players and get the third one, that third player becomes a world class star. JSK says no hate against Gambhir will be tolerated. He gave us the World Cup. Not to have a cricket discussion here, JSK, but I think the hate is not against Gambhir, the T20 coach, or Gambhir, the ODI coach. I think the hate is against Gambhir, the Test match coach. I personally think Gambhir might have given us the World Cup, yes, but I just don't think Gambhir. And I still remember the innings he played T20 World Cup 2007 against Pakistan, 2011 against Sri Lanka. All of those will not be forgotten. He saved Test matches in New Zealand, I think, in 2008 by batting long days. I mean, will not be forgotten, but I just think Test matches, honestly, Gambhir is not the fit. Matthews Nunez, Nico Gonzalez, Ruben Diaz. They're not able to find Erling Haaland somehow. I don't know. JS people only hype Dhoni, but it was Gambhir who was the cult hero. The leader always gets this thing. JSK, but I think there were a lot of unsung heroes there in the 2011 World Cup. I mean 2011 World Cup, right from Sachin to Yuvraj to everyone. I mean, by this as a player, but those big red eyes in PC after Gauhati defeat. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Gambhir is good enough for a test match coach. He's great as a T20 coach, probably, but not as a test match coach. JSK says, by the way, what are your thoughts on Chelsea? They have to win, JSK. They have to win. They have to win. I don't know what you guys will do. Jinx, do whatever you want, but please make sure the next stream we are here, Arsenal have dropped 3 points. I don't want to hear any other thing. Make sure Arsenal have dropped 3 points. Jinx it, do whatever you want. Make sure Arsenal have dropped 3 points for that game. Once Chelsea win, I just think it opens up the title race for 2, 3 teams because Villa are just behind. So just imagine Arsenal lose to Chelsea and lose to Villa. That's it. Gone. That could be their week which we had this week. So quite possible. Yes, because and I think we need right winger. Can't depend on this shit. Savinho. End of the season, yes. End of the season. That's what I ask. That's what I ask. I'm asking because I have seen Savinho play for Girona in the kind of at 18. I mean, people tell yes, Estevao is so good. Why is Savinho not performing at the same age Estevao was? Savinho was playing in a top five league in La Liga and single-handedly at the age of 18, which Estevao is now. He single-handedly helped Girona compete for the title until May. He had the second highest assist, the highest, most valuable player awards. He had the highest take-ons, highest dribbles. Michel, the manager, said, Girona manager, who I rate highly, said he hasn't seen a player who dribbles much better than Vinicius Junior, than Savinho. I mean, lot of praise for him. I mean, so people tell comparing Estevao to Savinho at the same age Estevao is. Savinho has sealed the Champions League spot for relegation team and made them defeat Barcelona twice. So I think that's the only reason, since I followed that season, that's the only reason why I want us to place a little bit more trust on Savinho. That's it. Gautam says, welcome to the anti-Savio squad, JSK. Seems that the first Savio squad, Gautam, is getting for Savio squad is getting lonely here. But yeah, of course, at the end of the day, we all want what is the best for City. But my only thing is, since I have followed and seen Zerona that season and seen what Savio is capable of, I just think probably till at least the end of this season, we want to see Savio develop. That's the only thing. I still think the potential is there. Since I've seen that season unfold, that's the only thing. Why this as Chelsea are silently doing their job on a 8 match winning streak right now. Enzo, please help us. You know what, Bayaji? Chelsea would have been on level with Arsenal. They lost against Sunderland at Stamford Bridge, which they shouldn't. 3 points there. They drew with Brentford when they were winning 2-1. They conceded a throw from a longer range because their keeper does not know how to deal with longer range throws. 2 points. You add 5 points to where Chelsea are, and Chelsea are a point above Arsenal. And then they go down to 10 men and drop points against the City United. Honestly, Chelsea should have been top of this league. Honestly, if you see, Chelsea should have been top of this league. It's a free kick for City. Jay says this, I don't think Arsenal will bottle this time. Every streak comes to an end like City on UCL, RCB in IPL, in Spurs on trophy. Yeah, that home. I still think JSK Pep purposely played that this thing. Pep purposely changed those 9 men because we hadn't lost at home since 2018, I think, in an UCL group stage match, which was 6 years. Pep purposely wanted to end that streak. This may sound controversial, but I think Pep purposely wanted to end that streak after Newcastle because Pep was looking for motivation for this team. Clearly, I think. Otherwise, who changes a goalkeeper in a UCL match? Pep has never done it. Phil Foden with a city free kick again. Why are our free kicks so shit? What is the free kick accurate free kick rating for Phil Foden by Aji in FIFA? Is it 0, -20, -30? for Haaland. Please, Haaland, score a goal. Now City are winning. I want to boost my fantasy points as well. Jeremy Doku. JSK says, I think the situation is same like words. Not fit for PL. Uh, JSK, but the thing is, if you had to say his situation is same like words, not fit for PL. I think there are two reasons I think Tejani Reinders and Erling Haaland, Tejani Reinders and Savinho just seems they cannot score. Look at this. Tejani Reinders had to score here. I just don't know why Tejani Reinders is unable to score here. I just don't know. क्या करे? The Tejani Reinders, the rating by Aji, the rating by Aji, Tejani Reinders. The thing is, JSK, two things. Florian Wirtz is 150 and Savinho is free. He's free because we picked him up for 8 million pounds from a Brazilian club and he came through the City group. So he's virtually free. He's virtually 8 million pounds. So an 8 million pound player is nothing. You can take an extra punt on him. The second thing is Florian Wirtz has zero assists. What? It's 13 game weeks and he still has zero assists in the Premier League. Savinho had 9 assists last season. Was it 8 assists? 9 assists? He was the highest assist for City last season. 9 assists, Savinho. So I think he can play in the Premier League. It's just that I think yes, Lamine Yamal is there. I think uh, at the at the age of 21 was Saka doing, I think at the age of 21 what was Saka doing for Arsenal? I think he was just transitioning from left back to this. I mean, just the thing is that Girona season that he had, and also I think it's quite rare, except if you're a world class talent. I know what was Olise doing at 21 for Palace. I don't know what Ronaldo is not doing anything near what is the player. I mean, Yamal is there, Yildiz is there, but yeah, I think a winger only comes to his prime at 23, 24. I think just like you're seeing with Doku, Sterling took until 25, 26 to come to his prime. Not telling give Savinho so much, but that's one of the reasons I still back Savinho. Again, people say, again, I think you might say, look what Estevao is already doing in the Premier League. Look what Savinho had done there, then in a top five league in La Liga at the same age as Estevao. And I also think you can see the best of Savinho when he's playing narrow in the middle, a bit more narrow, not when he's maintaining the width. Bayaji says Chelsea are a goalia. Bayaji says Arsenal are not just the team to beat, but the team to score against this season. True, but then Sunderland broke their defense. Probably not everyone is as physical as Sunderland, so I don't know about that. But yeah, Spurs are shit anyway. How did we lose 2-0 or 3-0 to that shit Spurs team? Can't understand. YG says Chelsea are a goalie away from challenging for trophies. Sanchez has many errors in him. They are a goalie and a centre back away. You look at their you. It's a corner. You look at the midfield. Caicedo world class. Cole Palmer world class. Kukureya is good. Not world class. Is good. Their defense is the problem. Fofana is good, but is injured most of the time. So there are centre half and a goalie. Striking department is not too bad with Joao Pedro coming in. So they are a goalie away and thought Nico Riley almost scored there. Bayes has had high hopes from Bob this season, but it's not happening. Send him back on loan and bring Asheveri back again, Bayajic. It's the same thing. Bayaji, he's coming back from a broken leg, so I think those injuries, ACL, broken leg, I think they take at least another full season for a player to fully recover from it. Because Oscar Bob, before that injury, was outstanding. Look at his crosses that he was giving, and he's very good on both the feet. Look at the crosses he was giving and everything. So I think again with Oscar Bob, just like Rodri, broken foot is never a good injury to come back from the rehab and everything is heard. It's very very painful. So I just think we have to give Oscar Bob as well. I mean, it will take Oscar Bob this season. I don't expect him later on until the season to at least come back to near his best. Because broken leg injury again. Gautam, just I don't know why I'm really not getting much interest in this game today, even after we are winning. There is something missing. Yes, Gautam, yes, Erling Haaland's goal. Erling Haaland's goal is what is missing to give me fantasy points. Ryan Sharkey's creativity is what we are missing out them honestly. Ryan Sharkey's creativity is what we're missing. Baji says Tijani Reinders needs a haven at home to change the luck. Baji, havan टूट जाएगा हवन का फिल्म बुझ जाएगा Tijani Reinders Tijani Reinders luck will not change. हवन हवन रुक जाएगा I'm very sure in the middle. Baiji says as a winger either provide goal or assist, but Savio giving none. He's gone backwards this season. Again, I think Baiji, that's the thing. With the wingers. I think I've seen this with the wingers we have had. Leroy Sané was, and what age was Leroy Sané when he actually joined us? Let us just check what age was Leroy Sané when he actually came to City. Let me just check. Leroy Sané joined us in Pep's first season, of course, in 2016. And yes, Leroy Sané was 20 years of age. Sané is another exception. Sané is another exception. That's what Sané is another exception. But Sané was 20 when he joined us. And what is the age of Savio? Savio is again the same age is 21. It's 21. So around that age. So until the end of the season, I think that is what we can actually give. Since Sunderland won, Bournemouth 2. Interesting. Bournemouth beating Sunderland at home. Interesting. So just thinks and Doku needed until what is 23 now. So Doku needed that time as well. So I say just give a bit more time. That's the thing. Again, Tijani Reinders is an interesting thing for me because I've seen highlights of him play at AC Milan and AC Milan fans actually say that we have got Tijani Reinders on a cheap even though we got him for 70 million. I just think the day when Tijani Reinders learns to keep his shots down, I think we have got a superstar. His longer range shots are just outstanding. I don't know why it's just not working for him this season. I just don't know. But again, Matthews Nunez has just been outstanding this season. Just look at that. His crossing ability is just so underrated, and kudos to Josko Guardiola for that magnificent cross and finding him. Outstanding, and the finish was not an easy finish. It was an outstanding finish again. Again, I look at the City team and say, where do we need to, especially after that Newcastle defeat? I'm like, where do we need to improve? Because against Newcastle, he put out his best team. So I'm just thinking to myself, where do we need to improve in order to, where do we need to improve in order to win the title? For me, the obvious thing was the physicality in the midfield. I think whatever you might say, referee decisions, Foden's chances, Newcastle's press was so high that if we had someone like an Elliot Anderson, I mean, the obvious thing for me was we did not have anyone who could win the ball in the midfield. Ilkay Gundogan was an underrated ball winner. He used to win the ball very well. Rodri is an underrated ball winner. They used to do those duties well. You never saw Ilkay Gundogan get dominated physically. I mean, in the playing in that box to box role. I'm not talking about a DM, but our players, your your Tijani Reinders, your Nico Gonzalez, sometimes your Phil Foden when he plays in that box to box role, they all get physically dominated in the midfield. Newcastle match was a prime example of that. So I was thinking, where is a ball winning midfielder? And Rodri used to do that job perfectly well. He was a DM and a ball winning midfielder in itself. People say Rodri does not have pace and all of that, but he does the dual job very well. I just think Elliot Anderson, for me, the first name that clicked was even before all these rumors came. Elliot Anderson, he is the perfect one. An all round midfield bonanza, he's the perfect one for us. 23 years of age, the age profile is perfect. I think an Elliot Anderson, if we had an Elliot Anderson, I think even this team could compete for the title. They're showing Sunderland versus Bournemouth. Robin Reeves was chipped there. I don't know what he was trying to do. I have him in my fantasy team as well. But this is physicality in midfield and a consistent goal or assist giving winger. I think with the goal or assist giving winger by Ajay, I think Doku is fine enough. I think Doku will give it consistently. I just think I think midfielder and why Anderson and why Elliot Anderson fits the bill is and why Elliot Anderson actually and why Elliot Anderson actually fits the bill is his creativity is also good. He's an underrated creative player. That's why I can't help but wonder Morgan Gibbs White. Lucas Paqueta, yes, Paqueta, the betting thing happened. Even Paqueta would be perfect for us, but Morgan Gibbs White, that's what. But yeah, now we love Reinders. Now that Reinders is here, we absolutely love it. But uh, hope Haaland scores that goal. But yeah, I'll just check my fantasy league defensive contributions because I have Ballard as well. So let us see. what he is given. But physicality in the midfield was totally lacking. Brentford, Burnley, not much, nothing much going on. City, Leeds, and you have Nico Gonzalez with six, Defcon, and that's it. And now Sunderland, Bournemouth. You have Ballard with six, Defcon. Who I think Ballard will complete the 10 Defcon, but and I think Rives made three saves. So yeah, it's interesting. It's actually very interesting in terms of how Pep will shape this team because I think it's the first year of a rebuild, if I might call it, first year of a transition season from the old guard, and I think once Bernardo leaves, Kovacic leaves, I think the entire it will be a completely new team with Phil Foden being the senior most in terms of coming from the previous era to this era. That's how much of a transition it will be. But what a fine Nunez has been. Credit to Pep Guardiola for playing him at right back. I don't think any other manager in the league would have tried Matthews Nunez at right back, to be honest, except Pep Guardiola. And about Savio is giving backward passes as well this season. He's known for his crossing, Savio, but I'm surprised his crossing has been shit. I just want Erling Haaland to score at least one goal. It just seems that the break is longer than normal. But I think against physical teams, you should try Nunez right wing and Kusano right back. I think Nunez has played left wing it is. I think he's played left wing and his crossing is so underrated. His crossing is very, very good. I think Bayaji, a problem with that is if Nunez plays right wing, then I think two things can happen. Either your winger stays wide and your fullback tucks in, and Kushinov is not good enough to tuck into the midfield. Or your winger tucks in and your fullback provides the width, and Nunez is again not good enough to tuck in and play in tight spaces. Because he was good enough, we would not have bought Tijani Reinders in the first place. Right? Nunez would have played the Reinders role, box to box, which he was actually doing. So with Nunez at right back, what it allows us is I think he can maintain the width, which seems to be strength, and crosses, which seem to be strength, and the fullback and the winger can play on the right hand side, which most probably will be Ryan Cherky, who can play in the half spaces, who can play either side of that zone 14 that they call. Lucas Nemcha again, a City Academy graduate. I think his brother Philips Nemcha is also. I think he's playing for a German team. I think he went to Dortmund, so I don't know. But yeah, good to see City Academy graduates doing well elsewhere. But yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is coming in. I remember a season 2017. I think Everton under Ronald Koeman and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If you remember Centurion season, I think Everton were one of the teams who I think we drew or we drew. I think earlier on 1-1, 2-1, whatever, 2-2, whatever. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin was unplayable. And just look at where his career has gone due to injuries. I think Calvert-Lewin was a forward who I highly rated, especially in the early parts of his career, around about the 2017 to 2019 2020 era. His heading was outstanding, his finishing was good, his runs were good. Ravensman is here. He says, "Do you want City to win the League Cup this season, or do you not really care? We care about every bloody trophy that City is participating in. We also care about the Community Shield, but we do not want City to win the Community Shield because it's a James Trophy for us." Yeah, of course, we would want Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and everything because trophy is a trophy at the end of the day. Yes, some trophies are larger than others, but at the end of the day, trophy is a trophy. Your fans get a good day out in the Wembley in the final and a lot of other things. So, a trophy is a trophy. Erling Haaland gets the ball. I think that's a goal. Kick loose touch from Erling Haaland. It's just not happening for Erling Haaland, guys. It's just not happening there for Erling Haaland. Just not happening for Erling Haaland. I want him to score at least one goal. Good, it will be good for City and also my selfishness is in my fantasy team. Leeds will look to attack and gaps will occur for Erling Haaland to be honest. But I want him to finish just so that he gets his confidence back. I don't know what happened after the international break because he was amazing during the international break as well, Erling Haaland, but just don't know what happened after that. It's Newcastle, he missed two dollies. I'm easily stunned how that Newcastle game was not 5-0, 6-0. And imagine you go to St. James's Park and thrash Newcastle 5-6-0. Donnarumma's punch for the set piece, was it a bit weak? I don't know. I think he punched Erling Haaland a bit. That Italy versus Norway match was good where Donnarumma came up against Erling Haaland. Nico O'Reilly, sorry, Matthews Nunez. Full food. And lead score. It's 2-1. Lead score. It's 2-1. Lead score, guys. It's 2-1. Pathetic defending again. I don't know who was there. Lead score. It's 2-1. You cannot expect calmness. I think it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin who scores. He's definitely on side. Nunez is playing him on. Mistake from Nunez. Nunez is definitely playing him on. Nunez had to just clear it. Instead, he took the touch. And I think, I don't know why he came in the middle of Josko Guardiola when Josko Guardiola was anyways clearing it, but a straightforward afternoon and not to be. Baji says Nunez the culprit. Josko would have easily dealt with it. Ravens fans says City fans are always we are against Nunez when he makes a mistake, mate. When he makes a mistake. There was no need for Nunez to take that touch, I think. But again, he's a midfielder turned into a right back, so maybe he'll learn from that. But I think again it was Josko Guardiola's ball. So clean sheet gone for Donnarumma. And now the match is a tense match. City never allow us to watch anything in a calm manner. O'Reilly, Erling, I think Haaland needs to score now. At the start of this half, it was just a wish, but now it's. And City are panicking here. Look at it. City are panicking here. Look at it. Leeds are pressing us. Two-man press and City are panicking here. I don't know why we concede a goal and suddenly we go into panic mode. No, this should not happen. Bayaji says Josko had exactly Josko had done the needful. There was no need for Nunez to get involved. No, why he did that. Bayaji says just when I was about to ask whether Pep should trust Nunez in mid for his physicality, mistakes like this will mean no, cannot trust him. This is the tense match. Now Leeds are crushing us in terms of physicality in the midfield. Oh wow, Bayaji, the match has turned, Bayaji. Already you can just see the match has turned. Satta palat gaya. That's what I say. We're not able to get the ball from Leeds as well. We're not able to get hold of the ball as well. We have dropped back to 4-4-2 shape in terms of defending. I think time to get Ryan Sharkey in. Leeds are just, we're not able to get hold of the ball against Leeds. Counter. The ball's played backwards. The switch, Josko Guardiola, Reinders, Doku, Foden. He's been shit again. That's a free kick to Leeds, but it's not a free kick to Leeds. It's not a free kick to Leeds. That's an excellent tackle from. That's an excellent tackle. That was it. Matthews Nunez. Excellent tackle from Nunez. That is not a free kick. Come on. I don't know why he dives in there, Nunez, but the recovery was outstanding. The recovery was outstanding. This is absolutely tense. This is very, very tense now. Anything can happen. Donnarumma gets to the ball, thank God. And it's Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku is on his bike. That's a foul on Jeremy Doku, but the ref is not giving it. I don't know why. Suddenly, I don't know what's happening in the second half. Ref is not giving any decisions for us, but again, this match, not be able to depend on the ref. Calvert-Lewin is almost playing a masterclass, but again, well done by Nico O'Reilly, Josko Guardiola, Phil Foden, Josko Guardiola gets it back. This is excellent there from Bernardo Silva. Should have played it to Haaland. I don't know why he's played it to Foden. And that run from Josko Guardiola is just outstanding. It's a yellow card to Bernardo Silva as well now. The ref is suddenly giving yellow cards to all of the City's players. I don't know why. We have to score the third. My God, Donnarumma is down now. Is it an injury? Wow. Everything's just unfolding. Pep's called everybody. There, I think that's where Donnarumma went down. Pep wanted to have a tactical talk. This is smart from Donnarumma. He's acting absolutely well. I'm sure there is nothing there. Gautam says, you see, this is the reason that City this season is not ready to challenge for the title. Exactly, exactly. That's the thing, Gautam. That's the thing. That's why I've always been saying this is season when City are building, when City are rebuilding. Yes, this is the reason. We should have scored the third goal, killed the game. But can we at least draw the game? I don't know. Sorry, can we hold on here? I want us to. That's a wonderful kick from Donnarumma. Bernardo Silva does well. Leeds are just pressing like they are one of the best pressing teams in the Premier League. O'Reilly does well. O'Reilly does well, and Jeremy Doku, can he get there? But it's looking scary, Gautam. I don't know what you're feeling, but Gautam, it's looking scary. Calvert Lewin is doing well. Nico Gonzalez does very well there. Nico Gonzalez does well. That's a free kick to City. That's a free kick to City. Jeremy Doku. Gautam says, I hope we get my bliss. Attacking bliss activated. Gautam attacking, ultra attacking bliss activated. That's what we have to do. That too at the Etihad. This is not bloody at Leeds Stadium or not. And Erling Haaland not scoring for 3 games in a row. Something strange. Yes. Needs a Sherky involvement. The doubling up on Doku, and I think that's a throw in for Leeds. Calvert Lewin has just changed it. It's we're finding it difficult. Finding it difficult. We're clearly finding it difficult. Bernardo Silva, Matthews Nunez. Phil Foden's getting on the ball a lot. He's dropping. He's dropping. He's maintaining width on the right wing, which is interesting. Pep had called everyone in a group huddle for some tactical thoughts. So it's interesting. Phil Foden's holding the width here. Nunez is coming much more farther, and Foden's also holding the depth much more. Sorry, the width much more. And Bernardo is the one who's playing more centrally. Jeremy Doku. Cross of his weaker foot, not the best. City are now compressing leads. This is good. We are finally getting a grip on the game. This is interesting. This is good. Can Reinders put a ball in? Excellent there. If only Tejani Reinders could finish. Nico Gonzalez, Jeremy Doku, central areas. He's absolutely dangerous here. Nemchad as well there. The game's not yet over, Gautam. The game's definitely not yet over. Leeds player is down as well. How come a comfortable Saturday evening for us, Saturday night for us has turned into such a tense affair? Just cannot understand. Gautam says, what do you think about KE? Madrid, Gautam, Real Madrid. Real Madrid are coming for KE. Because Real Madrid, I think 2 days back, there were news all over that they do not want Konate. Of course, they will not want Konate after this season. Konate is a free agent and Gay is a free agent next season. And with Trent being there, that influence. I mean, he will talk to Gay, and Real Madrid will be after free agents. Real Madrid want to sign a centre back this season. Alonso thinks there are not enough centre backs with them to play a three at the back system. So I think Gay is going to Real Madrid. He's off to Real Madrid, I think. Liverpool will try hard, but I think he's going to go to Madrid. But Gautam, I think Juma Ba, I think Gautam, the problem with bringing in Gay is the age he is in. Juma Ba and Bitter Reese. I think the promise in both of them is outstanding. If you would have been following Bitter Reese journey through Girona, I mean, Girona is facing relegation there in the bottom three. I think they might just have gone out of bottom three, but he's for such a young player, he's been the defensive mainstay. He's so calm. He scored a header as well, I think, in one of the last 2 weeks or so. So I think for me, Jumaba and Victor Reis, both of them have a bigger potential than Gay. So I think it's a penalty to Leeds. It's a penalty to Leeds. It's a penalty to Leeds. Wow. It's a penalty to Leeds. Wow. A game at home that you are leading 2-0, and this is what's happening. It's a penalty to Leeds. Wow. I don't think that's a penalty, honestly. I know VAR will be checking it, but honestly, I don't think that's a penalty in a way. I don't know. The match has turned. The match has just turned from 2-0 to 2-2. Wow. I honestly don't think that was a penalty, but can Donnarumma save our ass? Gautam says this is the reason I feel our centre backs aren't at the level. I think Guardiola, I don't. The challenge was all right, I think, Gautam, but let's see the penalty first. And Donnarumma saves it, and he scores of the bloody rebound. What the fuck? Donnarumma saves it, but he scores of the rebound. What the fuck? This had to happen. 2-2 from 2-0 to 2-2. What the fuck is this? 2-0 to 2-2. And that too against Leeds, relegation team. I would say our attackers are not good enough. Our attackers are not good enough to score more than 2 goals against Leeds. But I think you need to defend those 2 goals. Can't expect to score more than 2 goals against every team. I don't know what's happening with this team, guys. I just don't know what's happening. What a shambles of a week. Newcastle, Leverkusen, and now this at home. Wow. Gautam says exactly, it's very painful. This squad can't handle pressure. Come on, yes, this squad can't handle pressure. Exactly. After the first goal, the heads were down. We clearly need to find a goal now. Crying Sharky. What is that? Not a single winger can cross. Neither Doku, nor Foden, nor Bernardo can cross. If only we had a winger who can cross. Look at Erling Haaland, they're making those beautiful runs. What the hell is going on? Against Burnley, we made it 1-1. Wow. Back to back at home against Leverkusen and this. Jeremy Doku has to play in Haaland. Ah! Touch took him wide. The ref is just giving them all the decisions. I just don't know why. I don't know what happened in that half time at that ref room. He's giving them all the bloody decisions. Not blaming the ref here. Leeds at home, but look at that. One attempt and five attempts by Leeds in this half to one attempt by City. Looking at this kind of play, we might as well concede the third as well. O'Reilly, they're just pressing you high. Gonzalez, Doku. There's no one who's able to retain the ball in the midfield. Just look at that. This is shocking. This is shocking from us, honestly. They're just playing long balls. Calvert Lewin is winning. Nico Riley does well. Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez does well. I think we just need to play against their press. Newcastle pressed us. We could not do anything. Now this. That's a penalty. That's a clear penalty. Guys, if he doesn't give it, he's cheating. The referee is cheating, guys. If he doesn't give it, that's a clear penalty, guys. That's a clear penalty. That's a stonewall penalty. Ah, Gautam says Leeds pressing City in their own half at the Etihad. Exactly. Why was that not a penalty? I don't know, but look at it. Doku's should have somehow gone. What the fuck is happening? It's nil-nil and we're not able to score. I'm okay. We scored two goals at home and can't defend the lead. Bloody hell. Why is that not a penalty? Why is that not a penalty? Guys, do you know why is that not a penalty? Sumant is here. Hey Sumant, how are you doing? He says somehow I feel Diaz Guardiola partnership is not working. Exactly, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, Sumant, because when Gautam was telling we need Gay, but why is that not a penalty? Let us see. It's a clear penalty. Look at it. He's clearly had contact there. It's a clear penalty. It's a clear penalty, guys. He has contact on the man. What is this ref? It's a clear penalty. Shark is coming on Sumant. But Sumant, why is it not a penalty? It's a stone wall penalty. I don't know why it's not a penalty. Absolutely do not know. Yes, Shark is come on. Right timing, Sumant. Right timing. Shark is come on. They've not given the penalty, but unbelievable they've not given that penalty. As usual, shed corner. Absolute shite. Yeah, you're right. Guardiola Diaz partnership. I don't know why it's not working. It's another corner. It's a goal kick. 15 minutes. Can we do something? Dropping points against Leeds. This is the final nail in the coffin for the title race. If there was ever a chance, you cannot drop points against Leeds at home. Come on. So much as any of corners will not help City, they will help the opponents. That is my fear. Ryan Sherky, Jeremy Doku. I'm just looking to see is there a player apart from Sherky who can help us, and unfortunately, there's no one. Marmoush. Sumant, where is Marmoush? Guys, where is Marmoush? Omar Marmoush, you need a goal. Where is your striker? Omar Marmoush, second striker. I don't know why he's not got on Omar Marmoush. Sharky and all are fine, but Omar Marmoush, he has that striking instance. I thought a lazy game on a lazy Saturday evening, let's enjoy, but no. Jeremy Doku, it's not even a head injury, but the referee is just calling for it. I don't know what the ref is doing, just helping them to waste time. Ethan Ampadu didn't even call for that injury. Don't know why the ref has stopped the game there. This is unacceptable. This is abysmal. This is absolutely abysmal, guys. At the Etihad, Leeds bloody are pressing us. Gadante Jumaba is still very young. Him and Kusa will be the future walls, but they're not ready. Uh, the thing is, Ruben Diaz is 20. What is Ruben Diaz? He's around 27, 26, 27, I think. Guardiola is still very young. So then you bring Gay on. I don't know how it's gonna working, but yeah, I think it might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Ruben Diaz might not fit very well in this system. Then they'll now do this concussion test for the next 12 minutes. We ain't getting anything from this game, guys. I'm sure the referee will add just 1 minute on. Gautam says this will be the first time in Pep's career that he'll miss out on winning league title for 2 years in a row. Lot of firsts will happen in Pep's career, I think. Phil Foden, Ryan Shelf, Bernardo Silva, Matthews Nunes, cross. Josko Guardiola does extremely well. Phil Foden, already the 80th minute. Offside. Nunes was offside, I think. Attacking bliss, Gautam. We want your attacking bliss. One chance. Can't we have one chance against Leeds? That's what I'm asking. One chance. Can't we have bloody one chance against Leeds United? And Leeds are doing the substitutions. Nine more minutes. This idiot ref will not add. Okafor comes on. He's a threat as well. This idiot ref will not add minutes on. Erling Haaland not scoring again. Josko Guardiola hitting it out. What the fuck is happening? What was that? Josko Guardiola hitting the ball out. Now they will take 10 minutes for that throw. And it's a long throw as well. There'll be shambles if Leeds score the third before City. Haaland does well with his defensive header and O'Reilly does well. Bernardo Silva, Jeremy Doku to run, but the ball goes out anyway. It seems like we are holding on and Leeds want to win this match. Why no Marmarmo still? And it's a corner for Leeds. What the hell? We are not even able to enter their attacking half. Gotham says if Leeds win this, please don't say that, Gotham. Please don't say that. I just can't even imagine it. It's another long throw in. They are just battering us now. They're just battering us now. Just cannot imagine that was the Etihad. It's another Leeds throw. They are bloody doing what we do to teams with Grealish and Erling Haaland. For the last 5 minutes, we are not able to get hold of the ball. The system needs to change. I don't know what trap Pep is. Gautam says this shows how bad Liverpool were even Leeds pressing City at the Etihad. I mean, if PSV can beat Liverpool 4-1 at Anfield, I can imagine how bad Liverpool are anyway. We underestimated it and thought that City are back after that Liverpool win. Calvert Lewin. Seems like there's more of a chance. Calvert Lewin's again offside. There's more of a chance Leeds win this probably than we win this. Wow. Well, that's exactly. Donnarumma is suspended for the next match. Congratulations. Because he's got a yellow card. I think it's a pile up of yellows. The referee is such an idiot. Marmos is coming on now. You're 4 minutes early, Marmos. The passing's also gone. Phil Foden, Josko Guardiol, Jeremy Doku. Gautam says, is it so easy to play against City that any team who presses us we crumble? Seems so, especially Pep's old system. Pep's old system is gone. We've seen what happened last season. Let me see what's happening in the other game. Interesting. Sunderland were trailing 1-2 and they're now winning 3-2. Wow. Josko Guardiol, Nico O'Reilly, Nico Gonzalez, Matthews Nunez. The time's almost up. I bet the referee is not going to give more than 3 minutes for stoppages. Jeremy Doku. That was the chance. That was the chance. He headed it straight at the keeper, Marmos, but that was the chance, and he wanted the chance to fall to Erling Haaland. Good cross from Doku, and he wanted it to fall to Erling Haaland. City have the ball again. Ryan Cherky, Nico Gonzalez. Circuit as well. Circuit as well. Time's almost up. It's plus 10. Wow. It's plus 10. Whoa, didn't expect this. This game is throwing surprises at us. It's plus 10. Can we do anything? That's the thing. It's plus 10. Exactly, Gautam, plus 10. But I'm still not sure if we can do anything with this. Phil Foden scores! Ah! I don't care it is against Liechtenstein, but Phil Foden scores! Ah! Brian Shankly assists! We win this game, I don't care! I don't care if it's against Leeds United or Liverpool or Arsenal at the top. Wow! What a goal by Phil Foden! Without the madness, City is nowhere! The madness! We don't like lazy Saturday afternoons, do we? Our very own, that is our very own blissful magician, different gravy. I don't know why he doesn't take shots like this. And Gautam, I'm honestly surprised he can score shots like this, but he cannot score 1v1s against Newcastle. This was so difficult. Look at it. This was such a difficult strike. Look at it. Such a difficult strike, this. And he scored. Wow. Such a difficult strike, this. And he scored. Wow. Why are all the matches 3-2 today, Gautam? Sunderland, Bournemouth 3-2. City Leeds 3-2. But the game's not over. The game's not over. We have given up a 2 goal lead, so this is just a 1 goal lead. The game's not over. Nunez does extremely well. Wonderful defending that. Now this is gonna be a painful watch. Gautam, this is gonna be an extremely painful watch. You know what? I have kept my bottle and my phone on this side of the table and City conceded 2 goals. I have shifted it to this side, the bottle and my phone, and City scored a goal. Now I know which side my bottle and phone should be from next time. Why this is Yosko gemmed at the right time. Exactly, exactly. Gautam says that's why he's a different gravy. He might miss easy chance against Newcastle but then score such kind of bangers as well. That's the confusion. Why is he missing such easy chances? I think if Foden consistently unleashes his left foot strikes, he can score 20 in a Premier League game season. Easy. The game's not yet over, guys. Gautam says, by the way, another Cherky assist. How many assists does he have now? 4? Because I think he gave one against Newcastle as well. Good defending now. I think he has 4 assists. 2 against Bournemouth, 1 against Newcastle, 1 here. Is it 4? Why is this still not convincing against a relegation zone team? Lots of questions. I mean, by that, I mean, I'll keep this comment in mind, Bayaji, because I have something specific to say on this. But I'm just not able to focus because still 6 bloody minutes are there, and yeah. So I'll actually get back to it after the game. We'll actually discuss about it in the post match this thing because Leeds United have a free kick now. Gautam says absolutely. That's why I'm saying we're not ready. Leeds United have a free kick now. My God, Calvert Lewin has to go. Calvert Lewin came to the wrong place. If he would have joined Hollywood, he would have maybe made more money. Wow, this is in a dangerous area, guys. This is in a bloody dangerous area. Is it Okafor? I just can't watch this. Just can't watch this. Guys, pray that we clear this. Ah, it was a chance. It was a chance, guys. It was a chance. It was a bloody chance. He headed it wrong. That's it. The defending was shit on that. If you see, that was a chance. That was a clear chance. Gautam just he didn't score. I just saw I just saw the score this thing and I was like, oh, did he score? He didn't. You just frightened me for a moment, Gautam. Clearly, Jeremy Doku comes off. John Stones coming on. We need another winger, Gautam. We need another winger. I'm telling this because Doku is still 23. Savinho is 19. Savinho is 21. Oscar Bob is around the same age, which means there will be inconsistencies. We need an experienced winger. That is what I'm telling. We need an experienced winger, especially for nights like these when Doku was dribbling and nothing was coming on. Can Erling Haaland get on the score sheet? He didn't score. Wow. Totally frightened by that comment. That's. That's a free kick to City. Omar Marmoush running. Was it by Erling Haaland? I don't know. Marmoush loses the ball. The minutes are ticking so slow. Kadam says, well, my another scouted player played very well tonight. Bogle. Yes, Bogle's been very, very good. I don't think that's a penalty there. Bogle's been very, very good. There's another right back, Gautam. Coyote from Brentford. Do have a look at him. Coyote from Brentford. He just seems to be very, very good. Good pace, good cross, uh, good defense. If this thing can have long throws, everything very good. Surely it's just the 97th minute. Why are we not able to keep hold of the bloody ball? Just don't understand. Coyote is very, very good. What a game this has been. The first half was disinteresting, Gautam, but the second half was anything but boring. Second half was just on another level. Just see this game out somehow. That's what I say, and remain alive in the title race. Marmos, hold on to the ball. Nunez is giving him an option. Nunez gets the ball back. Marmos, we should now give him an option. Retain the ball, pass it back, retain the ball. Miss Grealish during these times. Master of ball retention. Why is Donnarumma trying to play with the feet? First of all, 1 more minute can we hold on? Even if Leeds draw from here, it will be one for the ages. I just don't want all of that ages things to be happening. That's a throw to City. Well done. That's a throw to City. Well done. Gautam says, remember I messaged earlier, I'm not enjoying the match. There's something missing. Is this it, Gautam? Is this what it is missing? Nervousness. I don't know why I put the uh, I put the title of this video that came here that came here for calm but got chaos. I don't know why I put that title and that is what is coming true. No one thought this match will be so exciting. Box office cinema. This is box office. I think both the teams are playing in Manchester are playing right now that as if it's a box office blockbuster movie. It's a free kick to City. Kadam says no. It's a free kick to City. Wonderful. It's 8 minutes in that Sunderland game as well. I don't know how much time the I don't know how much time the ref wants to play here because it's already 101 minutes. Does he want to play 5 more minutes? And the referee blows the whistle. Ah, more than excitement. It's one of relief. Daniel Fark and Pep Guardiola have played out a classic here. It's more of relief than anything else, if you ask me. Gotham just we won finally. That's it, Gotham. From your message itself, you can understand it's more of relief. It's more of relief than anything. But let me just come back to an interesting comment. Bayaji made a bit earlier on. Uh, Still not convincing against a relegation zone team. Lots of questions. Actually, when Leeds hit that second goal in the 68th minute 2-2, my first reaction was disbelief. I actually did not be I mean I did not even believe that we bottled a 2-0 lead at the Etihad Stadium. Just could not believe it because the team was good. You had Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, Bernardo Silva. It's not a bad team. Especially, it's not a bad team that you concede two and Guardiola, one of the best left-footed centre backs in world football. O'Reilly, one of the best left back in England right now. Nunez, vastly improved. Ruben Diaz, maybe a few question marks. You have Donnarumma, the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Not even one of the best goalkeeper in the world right now. So just think, how did we concede two goals? How did we concede two goals? But Bayaji, the answer to your question is still not convincing against a relegation zone team. Lots of questions. The answer to that is Bayaji. I think the mentality. After the first goal went in, we did not have the ball for the next 5 minutes. After that first goal went in, we did not have the ball for the next 5 minutes. Look at Pep Guardiola conversing with Erling Haaland. Look at Pep Guardiola there. Haaland's disappointed. Look at that. But yeah, our heads dropped and everything dropped after going one goal down. It just seemed that the team lacked belief. Foden scored that winner, but it seemed that Leeds would win this game. There was no absolutely we won, but there was absolutely no belief from the second goal. That was the thing. Absolutely no belief. I'll use the term belief here, Bayaji. That's it. We are not lacking in personnel. Okay, maybe a right winger, maybe Rodri comes in, but apart from that, no major changes needed. This team is ready. This team is actually Sunderland and Bournemouth. Bournemouth red card. This is interesting. Bournemouth red card. Sunderland playing. So for me, I think this team does not. This team does not need, maybe apart from right winger, like I said, this team does not need anything else. Ready for the title. What this team needs is mentality, elite mentality. You look at the mentality monsters we always had. 2-0 down, Aston Villa, home, Stevie Gerrard, Coutinho, Liverpool. If Liverpool score the win against Wolves, we came back. From the situations this team has come back, this team does not yet have that mentality for me. That is the thing. This team does not yet have that mentality. That is what I'm telling. That is what was lacking. That is exactly what was lacking as Leverkusen. What is lacking, and now that Newcastle defeat has hurt them, and I don't know why that is there. Why just says now Haaland not scoring 3 games, no goal, and wasn't in the game today. I mean, he had some good touches, but honestly, Bayaji, did we create for Erling Haaland? That's the first question I'll ask. Gautam says, I'll never say that and I'm not enjoying ever. Maybe not, Gautam, maybe not. Again, the jinx. But Bayaji, how many chances did we create for Erling Haaland today? Zero. I'm sorry, zero. Against Newcastle, he missed two chances. Against Leverkusen, it was close. But today, I'm sorry, zero. It's nothing on Erling Haaland. He dropped a bit and his touches were good, but there was absolutely nothing that we created for Erling Haaland today. This is not an Erling Haaland. What did tell me one chance which Haaland got? Absolutely nothing. So nothing on Erling Haaland today. By Jesus, how can we trust this shoddy defense at Bernabeu? The only thing we can trust is their defense is more shoddy than ours. Bayaji, they conceded 3 goals to Olympiacos at home at the Bernabeu. So I think we can expect goals galore in that game, and I honestly think our defense is better than theirs. Probably, I think you play Kusanov in that game. That's the only thing I would say against Mbappe. Why Jesus? If that had scored first, it would have been a hard-fought draw. Exactly. Why Jesus? Even shit teams turning up against us. Something is wrong with this team mentality. Bayaji mentality. The only thing I can say is mentality. I can say a right, probably an experienced winger and mentality. That's it. But again, I again come back to that Bayaji. What is wrong is, yes, you can say mentality and all. Yes, all of that is wrong. But for me, Bayaji, what I say is 13 games, Sunderland is fourth. This is amazing. 22 points. Wow. But what I say, Bayaji, is a ball winning midfielder. Why after Leeds scored we are not able to retain the ball? 80 to 85th minute, why are we not able to get the ball back? We are not able to take the ball from teams. This is a pattern I've been seeing. Leverkusen here, a bit of Newcastle. The Newcastle sat back and wanted to defend, but ball winning midfielder is absent here. Maybe the coming of Rodri will make sure that is there. I don't know, but we need a ball winning midfielder here. I think Elliot Anderson is because Elliot Anderson is the ball winning midfielder. Elliot Anderson is the one if you ask me. So I think we need Elliot Anderson. So so that's the thing if you ask me. But again, it's more of a relief than anything else, to be honest. Extreme relief. But a ball winning midfielder and probably an experienced winger, that is, those are the two things that we are actually missing. But again, this was so tense. Tomorrow, if Chelsea drop points against us, sorry, if Arsenal lose against Chelsea, the entire thing is blown open by Ajito. I don't know after this game. Not confident how much longer can we sustain in this title race. Why this a Sunderland game would be much harder than today. City better be ready. It will be much more physical and everything, and their midfield is much better in terms of technicality wise. Who got the red card in that Bournemouth game? Sunderland away will be very difficult. Alistair Cook got a red card. Interesting. I mean, Ballard's DEFCON has not reached 10, it's reached 9. Why is that? But was a very hard game today. Yeah, Sunderland away will absolutely be difficult. Thiago scoring goals like Bayaji says Cook red carded, but look at Thiago Bayaji. Thiago scoring goals like there's no tomorrow. He scored two more goals again. Igor Thiago. Wow. Thiago just scoring goals again like there's no tomorrow. Thankfully, Ballard has got 2 points for defensive contribution. That's it. Uh, but yeah, I don't know what's happened to Bournemouth Bayaji since they have played against us. It's just gone downhill for them. But there's a midweek Premier League fixture. Let's look at City's fixtures. I mean, uh, who City have actually got to play? Let's look at City's fixtures and we'll understand. City next have Fulham away, which is again not gonna be easy. Fulham away, Sunderland at home, Crystal Palace away, West Ham at home, Nottingham Forest away. Fulham away again will not be easy. Sunderland at home will not be easy. Sorry, Sunderland at home. I don't know after seeing this performance. Palace away will not be easy. And in the middle of that, you've got Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Wow, gonna be a tough season. Gonna be a tough season. Gonna be a tough season from here. Haaland 14 goals, 1 assist for the season. Doku 1 goal, 3 assists. Ryan does 1 goal, 2. I don't know when Ryan does, where Ryan does score. Probably they're telling the entire assist. I don't know. Baijis has 12 games, 11 goals. Dafuk. And and we got Savio. Baijis says Savio must be the most underperforming Brazilian in the galaxy right now. And is playing with a world class striker. I think Anthony might give him a close competition. I think Anthony might give him a close competition. I mean, again, I think by the ball winning midfielder is what we need to unlock this. And also, and also have you not noticed a similarity between this game and the Brighton game? Because in the Brighton game, we went 1-0 up, and Brighton flooded all of their players onto us, and we couldn't deal with. Here, if you see, Leeds did the same, and our centre backs were overloaded. So probably playing wingers high up the pitch. I don't know. Is it a consequence of that? I don't know. We'll have to look back at the game much closely. But again, a ball-winning midfielder is whom we need. A ball-winning midfielder is whom we need. I think. Otherwise, I think yes, you could say Josko Guardiol with that challenge. Honestly, I thought that was not a penalty, and Nunez should not have given that goal. We gifted both the goals to Leeds United in a way. To be honest, it's not that we were opened up. We gifted both the goals to Leeds United. That's the thing. I mean, but Phil Foden again in goal scoring form. So let's see how this goes. But again, it's gonna be a topsy turvy season. By like I said, we finish in the top two in the Premier League and go to quarterfinals in the Champions League and win a domestic trophy. The season's success for me because of how underprepared we are. I think this team is gonna take this entire season for the rebuild. I do see this. I'm hoping it doesn't take that long, but I do think this team will take that much time. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Gautam, Bayaji, and JSK and Sumant, and see you all, guys, and take care. Hope that we got out with a win.